Kyle Tucker powers the Cubs to their third straight series victory. The Cubs improved their record to 30-20 on the season and currently sit 3 games ahead of the St. Louis Cardinals in the NL Central. So let's keep it rolling, eh? Starting off with Cade Horton. Cade Horton pitched pretty well against the Miami Marlins today. In my opinion, this is probably his best start of his early career. Cade Horton pitched 5.1 innings pitched, recorded 3 strikeouts, 1.69 ERA, and a 1.69 whip. So, yeah, he didn't really walk anybody. He just was giving up hits, which is excellent. Cade Horton's whip on the season is 1.22. Cade Horton is not walking people, and that's a great sign. Now, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, he's not striking out enough batters, and that's an issue." Pump your brakes. It's his third start. Don't worry. He's already shown a lot of promise in his early career, and I fully expect him to continue that trajectory of upwards. Right. Hey, doesn't Cade Horton have a very striking resemblance to Kerry Wood back when he was like a rookie in his heydays? Like that start against Kerry Wood's 20 strikeout game against Houston Astros. He's like a spitting image of Kerry Wood, honestly. It's kind of scary. Hopefully he's just as good as Kerry Wood and has a longer career and more health than Kerry Wood. That'd be pretty nice. I would not complain about that. And the one stat that I love the absolute most out of Cade Horton, and this is how I know Cade Horton is going to turn out to be a very good MLB pitcher someday, is he's only walked one batter in 3 games. And we're talking about a rookie this is his first 3 games of his career, and he's only walked one of them within 3 games. So that tells me a few things actually. His composure, he keeps it solid. He's not letting the big spotlight affect him. Whereas a lot of young hitters struggle with that mightily in their career. PCA dealt with that. Matt Shaw dealt with that. A bunch of players dealt with that. Chris Bryant even dealt with it when he first came up. He didn't hit his first homer until like a month and a half later, you know? So the fact that Cade Horton could come into the league and be cool, calm, and collected as he is, that that shows to me that this kid is like way more mature than what a lot of people would be at his spot in his life. So I'm very excited for Cade Horton. You're going to see Cade Horton in Chicago for a while, and I truly believe that. Cade Horton isn't the only rookie that's shining at the moment. Our other rookie that's shining is, yes, Matt Shaw. Matt Shaw has come up from AAA after he was dropped earlier in the year with some vengeance, and he's out to get some people, that's for sure. Matt Shaw in this series alone, 5 for 11, 2 runs, no homers, but 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 1 walk. Just phenomenal. He's batting really well at the moment. He's actually working a good count. He's not striking out as much as he was. So maybe whatever happened down in AAA, that worked. I see that Matt Shaw's leg kick isn't so as dominant anymore. He definitely lowered that a little bit. So maybe that's giving him better timing. He's getting that foot down, which would allow him to rotate his hips through a lot sooner rather than later because of that leg kick. So maybe that's it. But Matt Shaw, let me tell you, just what I've said from the second we drafted the kid, he's too good. He's too good to not make adjustments. It sucks to see a rookie come up and struggle as mightily as he did, but at the same time, they are just rookies and it's a big learning curve. They're not just going to jump into the league like a rare occasion guys where they just set the world on fire. Like, no, it takes some learning to do. Like, the best way to learn something is by failing at something. I really think that, and I think Matt Shaw is the epitome of he failed the first time around, and look at him the second time. Yeah, it was against Miami, but who cares? Miami's played us really well the entire season. So as long as Matt Shaw continues, even if he does, our third base has been so bad. It's been a revolving door of garbage players, such as Gage Workman. Thank God I never have to see that guy again. Didn't even last with the White Sox. John Birdie. Holy shit, thank God he's off the starting nine. Go back and grab some bench and reflect on how bad you've done. You bum. Nicky Lopez. Why was he even given a chance? I don't know. Why was he given a chance? Screw that guy. I'm sure I'm missing a few other people. But yeah, even if Matt Shaw just does slightly better than them, he's already way better defensively than all those guys. So if his bat just picks up a little bit and he just continues to improve little by little throughout the year, that's going to be a huge plus for the Cubs. Any production we can get out of third base at this year would be just an absolute blessing. And I would rather have the struggles come from Matt Shaw to where he can learn through them and walk through them instead of aging people who should have been retired, like John Birdie and all the other freaking idiots at third base that we had. Nice to see Kyle Tucker start hitting again. Kyle Tucker has been ice cold lately. Not in the past week he's really picked it up, but prior to that, he's been very cold for the Cubs and kind of non-existent, right? But in this series, after going 0 for 4 in the first game, Kyle Tucker finished off the series going 6 for 8. That's pretty good with 2 homers, 4 runs, like 2 or 3 stolen bases. So Kyle Tucker has turned the corner. He has flipped the page, and Kyle Tucker is back. And that's especially nice considering we're going up against Cincinnati, one of our division rivals. And everyone knows how important it is to win those division or in-division games, excuse me. So nice to see Kyle Tucker, returning back to form. Kyle Tucker is our anchor. Just like when Joe Madden used to say, when Dexter Fowler goes, the Cubs go. Well, same rules apply for Kyle Tucker. When Kyle Tucker goes, the Cubs goes. He's our anchor in this lineup. He makes everyone better around him. And when Kyle Tucker struggles, guess what? A lot of guys are going to struggle. That's just the way the game of baseball works and the way the offense works. If you don't have guys hitting well around you, then chances are, you're not gonna get pitches to hit because they could just pitch around you. I'm not saying anyone would ever pitch around, Ian Happ to go up against Kyle Tucker or PCA, but the game of baseball works in mysterious ways, and you never know. But nice to see Kyle Tucker start hitting the ball well. Moving forward in the bullpen, I think the closer role is going to go to Daniel Palencia, even though Daniel Palencia, blew the game on Monday. I was watching that game live, and I was kind of just like speechless after the game, considering there was two outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 9th inning with no one on, and we still ended up losing that game. Very aggravating, right? But Daniel Palencia blew that game. Whatever, that's in the past. He comes into this game, gives up a lot of hard balls hit, right? A lot of hard contact. He still got the save, but he's given up a lot of hard contact now. I don't know what it is about this 9th inning to where the Cubs can ever find a night or a closer, but it's pretty alarming. It's just like the Bears and their inability to, draft the O-line or get a good O-line for their quarterback. I think that's the same thing for the Cubs. So we're going to see how Daniel Palencia does. If Daniel Palencia doesn't do well, you're going to see that job go to Brad Keller. Brad Keller has, his baseball savant page is all red, which means he has elite stuff. He's throwing as hard as he is in his career. He's having a very good year for us. So if Daniel Palencia struggles, expect him to be on a short leash, even though he's been pretty dominant for us outside of that blown save and stuff like that. But expect Brad Keller to see that 9th inning role at some point, because with the way the Cubs team has been ever since losing Chapman, we've never really had a good closer, and it's always been a revolving door in that situation. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah. But with that being said, the Cubs did win the series, so you can't be too upset. That's their 3rd straight series victory in a row. I don't know if I said that previously, but 3rd straight in a row. Should be going on a 6-game winning streak, but again, unfortunately, that blown save on Monday really took the wind out of a lot of people's sails. But at least the Cubs bounced back properly and finished off the series accordingly, as they should. That's what good teams do. They always bounce back after a devastating loss of some sort. Right before I end this video and do my ending slogan, I do want to get some input on how you guys feel about my new intro. I did work on that intro for a while. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you guys liked it. I made another one, so I'll be flip flopping back and forth between the two, just to change it up here and there. But yeah, I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. I'd love to see how you guys like the video, the intros, the outros, and all that kind of stuff. Any questions surrounding the Cubs that you'd like answered, I got that for you. There's a lot of changes coming for the Cubby perspective. I know I've been hinting at that for a while now, but it's actually starting. The gears are starting to be in motion, right? Still expect the same sort of videos where I'm going to do some previews, some recaps, not as much, right? But I'm going to be moving into something different. And I'm very excited to share that with you guys when I have it all settled. So, again, thank you for all the continuous support. Thank you for everyone who subscribed and like and comment on my videos, right? I'm very grateful for all of you. So with that being said, always keep the faith, go Cubs, and I am the Cubby Perspective. Out.